This evening, first up, tempers flare at Stabroek Square. Vendors panic after contractors fence off the tarmac without warning. The government insists no one will be displaced, but are stallholders convinced? Plus, a deadly hit-and-run in Linden. A 53-year-old man walking with his wife is struck down and later dies. The driver arrested with a blood alcohol level above the legal limit, what police uncovered. Also, a hard line on police accountability. The Home Affairs Ministry orders every officer, no matter the rank, to strip illegal tint from their private vehicles immediately. Why the crackdown and what happens if they refuse? Meanwhile, Guyana's high-tech road enforcement makes an impact. 42,000 speeding tickets issued since April, 10,000 already paid online. President Ali says this is the future of traffic policing. And regionally, the U.S. deepens its footprint in the Caribbean. The Dominican Republic authorizes American forces to use its airport for strategic refueling as Washington ramps up its anti-drug operations. These stories and more coming up on Headline News Update. Stay with us. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for November 27th, 2025. I'm Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, tensions rose in the Stabroek Georgetown area this morning after contractors, accompanied by police, boarded off the tarmac used by dozens of vendors to begin a new beautification project. The move sparked concerns among stallholders, many of whom says the sudden activity left them anxious and uncertain about their future at the busy commercial hub.
Since about 2:30, these guys are doing it, nailing up us inside in the tarmac. No notice or anything was given to us.
When the minister come about 2 weeks ago, when she told us that she coming to beautify here, she did not say that she moving us or anything. She said she giving we stall, and that is what it.
The Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development has since urged calm, insisting that the inconvenience is temporary and that no vendor will be displaced as part of the works. The ministry explained that the project forms part of a collaborative redevelopment plan agreed upon with the Georgetown Mayor and City Council. According to officials, a detailed video presentation of the redesigned Stabroek Square was shown to Mayor Alfred Mentor and several councillors during a meeting at the Ministry of Housing, where it received strong support. The concept was also shared publicly during a stakeholder engagement earlier this month. The ministry said the upgrades are intended to revive and modernize the historic Stabroek Square, with repairs to the market roof scheduled to begin soon. It acknowledged that the plywood hoarding around the site may have caused alarm, but stressed that it is a standard safety requirement for construction works. The project is expected to be completed within 2 weeks. While two vendors may face minor temporary displacement, officials said efforts are being made to minimize disruptions and ensure development moves forward with a human face. The ministry also cautioned against political opportunism, noting that the revitalized space will ultimately benefit consumers, shoppers, vendors, families, tourists, and creators alike. On a different note, a 53-year-old man is dead after a hit-and-run in Linden, and the suspect driver, found way above the legal alcohol limit, is now in custody. Dale Jarvis has the details on the fatal crash.
Police in Regional Division Number 10 are investigating a fatal accident that claimed the life of 53-year-old Cecil Boston on Sunday evening along the Spiteland Access Road, Mackenzie, Linden. The incident occurred around 6:45 p.m. when a motor car driven by 28-year-old laborer from Central Amelia's Ward, Linden, struck Boston as he walked with his wife along the eastern side of the roadway. According to initial reports, the left front of the vehicle collided with Boston, throwing him onto the windscreen before he fell onto the roadway. Public-spirited citizens rushed Boston to the Linden Hospital complex, after which he was transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital for further treatment. He succumbed to his injuries early Monday morning. The driver was identified and arrested. Police administered a breathalyzer test which recorded a blood alcohol concentration of 0.62%, well above the legal limit. He was then taken into custody and the vehicle was seized as investigations continue. Authorities are urging drivers to exercise caution on the roads and remind the public that fleeing the scene of an accident is not only a serious offense that carries severe penalties, but also dramatically reduces an injured person's chance of receiving timely life-saving help. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. The Ministry of Home Affairs has issued a strong directive to all members of the Ghana Police Force, ordering immediate compliance with national tint regulations as part of a renewed push to strengthen accountability and professionalism within the force. In a notice released on Wednesday, the Minister of Home Affairs warned that any rank whose private vehicle carries window tint that does not meet legal standards and who does not possess a valid tint permit must remove the tint without delay. The directives applies to all officers regardless of rank or assignment. Police ranks were further cautioned that no tint is to be reinstalled unless an approved permit has been formally applied for and granted through the legally prescribed process. The ministry emphasized that the new law must apply equally to all citizens, including those tasked with enforcing it. The move comes amid ongoing public concerns about uneven enforcement of tint laws and broader calls for improved police accountability. Illegal tint has long been cited as a security concern, as it limits visibility during traffic stops and investigations. The ministry made it clear that any failure to comply with the order will result in disciplinary action without exception, underscoring a zero-tolerance approach to internal breaches. Stick around when we return. Several prohibited items were seized during a joint security operation at Mazaruni Prison, and electronic road safety system issues 42,000 speeding tickets.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we're celebrating with big savings on smartphones, starting as low as $16,500 for the Samsung A06 and $26,500 for the Samsung A16 and $40,500 for the A26. But wait, there's more. Get 1 month free data with your new phone to keep you close to loved ones near and far. Offer available while stocks last. Visit a Digicel store today and unwrap the gift of real connections. Digicel.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Check us out at Decor and Gift Gallery this Christmas holiday for all your shopping needs. We are located at 47 Craig and Sheriff Street, Campbellville, Georgetown.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Ping pong
from Charles Chocolates.
Bunks into flavor.
Ping pong, everybody want some. Roasted peanuts is the true number one. Ping pong, you better get a handful. This chocolate is so incredible. What's the snack everybody craves for? Ping pong, bunks into flavor. Chocolate coated peanuts. Delicious top class A+. Ping pong from Charles Chocolates. Bunks into flavor.
Guyana's new electronic road safety enforcement system has issued 42,000 speeding tickets since its launch, President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali announced on Wednesday, calling it one of the country's most significant steps toward modern traffic management. Speaking at an event in Georgetown, the president said the digital platform is transforming how road offenses are detected, processed, and paid, bringing greater accountability and efficiency to the country's roadways. Of the 42,000 tickets issued so far, 10,000 have already been paid online, signaling a major cultural shift towards compliance and convenience.
So far, we have issued 42,000 tickets. And we have already have close to 10,000 persons paying their tickets electronically. And in another few days, you will see the top offenders published in the newspaper with their outstanding amounts in terms of tickets. And I use this forum to calmly appeal to those who have outstanding payments to do so within the next 48 hours, or their license will be suspended.
President Ali says this is the direction Guyana must go, using technology to deliver better results, building systems that improve efficiency, save time, and ultimately protect lives.
The systems we are building must bring the results we want from them.
Launched on April 7th, the electronic ticketing system forms part of a broader modernization effort that includes smart police vehicles with license plate recognition, real-time data tracking, automatic ticket processing, and digital links between the police, courts, and revenue agencies. With speeding remaining a significant cause of fatal accidents, President Ali said the system aims not only to penalize reckless drivers, but to change dangerous road habits. The government has plans to expand the platform further.
Our police cars and police ranks will be equipped with smart meters and smart cars before the end of this year, so that electronically everything will be recorded and stored, removing that human interface and allowing technology to help people to do better.
In other news, a joint security sweep at the Mazaruni prison this morning uncovered drugs, weapons, and multiple banned items as authorities tighten efforts to curb contraband smuggling. Dale Jarvis tells us what was found.
A joint security operation at the Mazaruni prison in Region 7 earlier today led to the discovery and seizure of multiple prohibited items, as authorities continue efforts to curb contraband smuggling within the country's correctional facilities. The exercise, conducted by the police in Regional Division Number 7 between 6:30 and 8:15 a.m., forms part of routine security measures aimed at strengthening prison safety and reducing the circulation of illegal items that threaten order and inmate management. During the sweep, officers recovered a quantity of leaves, sesame stems suspected to be cannabis, weighing over 65 grams. In addition, several other banned items were confiscated, including 5 improvised weapons, 13 lighters, 10 cell phones, a SIM card, 3 scissors, and a cell phone battery. These items, if left undetected, could have posed significant risk to both inmates and staff, potentially enabling violent confrontations, escape attempts, or ongoing criminal activity from within the facility. Authorities have been increasing search operations at prisons nationwide in recent years following repeated concerns about the flow of contraband. Today's exercise was completed without incident, and investigators are now working to determine how the items entered the facility and who may be responsible. Investigations are ongoing. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Don't go away after the break. Investigators probe motive in National Guard shooting near White House. And death toll in fire at Hong Kong high-rise residential building rises to 36.
This Christmas runs on real connections with Digicel. The calls, the laughter, the joy, and the chance to pick and win big. We're giving away $12 million. Yes, every week, one lucky Digicel customer gets a chance to win up to $2 million. 6 lucky winners in total. Here's how you get in. Top up with $1,000 or more, or pay your fiber or postpaid bill in full. The more you top up, the more chances you get. Stay connected this Christmas for your chance to win big. Digicel.
Ping pong. From Josh chocolates. Bounce into flavor.
Bing bong, everybody want some. Roasted peanuts is the true number one. Bing bong, you better get a handful. This chocolate is so incredible. What's the snack everybody craves for? Bing bong bongs into flavor. Chocolate coated peanuts. Delicious top class A plus ping pong. Ping pong from Charles Chocolate. Bongs into flavor.
Check us out at Decor and Gift Gallery this Christmas holiday for all your shopping needs. We are located at 47 Craig Sheriff Street, Campbellville, Georgetown.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Common smalls make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Tonight, Haiti's Fritz Alfonso Jean denies U.S. claims linking him to gangs. The Dominican Republic allows U.S. refilling at key airports. A targeted ambush injures 2 U.S. National Guard members. And Hong Kong's high-rise fire toll climbs. We begin in Haiti. Haiti's Fritz Alfonso Jean has rejected U.S. claims that he supports gangs, calling the allegations false. Jean says council members face visa-related threats after proposing leadership changes. He insists the CPT remains focused on fighting corruption and restoring security as Haiti works towards long-delayed elections. The Dominican Republic has authorized the U.S. to use some of its airports for strategic refueling purposes, presumably for its aircraft carrier in the region. The announcement came as U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was in Santo Domingo to show up cooperation on tackling drug trafficking in the Caribbean. Al Jazeera Latin American editor Lucia Newman reports.
The stated purpose of the visit was to substantially increase cooperation in the fight against drug trafficking, or against narco-terrorism, as the White House is now calling it. After meeting with President Luis Abinader, they announced a new move to support the Pentagon's Operation Southern Spear. That's the United States military surveillance campaign against drug trafficking in the Caribbean that includes destroying boats allegedly carrying narcotics.
We've
agreed to temporarily reinforce our air and maritime surveillance against drug trafficking. These operations are in accordance with our laws. I therefore authorize the technical, limited and temporary use by United States of our San Isidro Air Base and the International Airport of the Americas for the logistical operations of refueling planes, transport of equipment and technical personnel.
Abinader said that no country should have to confront drug trafficking without allies. For the White House, the Dominican Republic is setting an example. But the visit and the announcement are raising speculation about the White House's next move in the Caribbean as Trump ramps up pressure on Venezuela's government, which he describes as a narco-terrorist regime. This comes on the heels of his naming Venezuela's so-called Cartel de los Soles a foreign terrorist organization. This would presumably give the administration more legal cover to continue its military actions at a time when many at home and abroad are questioning it as a violation of international law. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Santiago.
Investigators in Washington, D.C. are working to determine the motive behind a shooting that left 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard critically injured. The attack, described by authorities as a targeted ambush, occurred on Wednesday near a busy metro station just 3 blocks from the White House. Al Jazeera's Rosalind Jordan reports.
Just 3 blocks from the White House, authorities say someone shot 2 members of the West Virginia National Guard outside a subway station.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. I am determined to ensure that the animal who perpetrated this atrocity pays the steepest possible price.
The shooting happened mid-afternoon as office workers were ending their duties before the Thanksgiving holiday. The police response shut down nearby streets and forced a temporary lockdown at the White House and Treasury Department. Vice President J.D. Vance at an Army base in Kentucky kept the focus on the injured troops.
Let me just say very personally, thank them for what they're doing. We're grateful to them, and we're praying that they're going to be safe and they're going to spend Thanksgiving with their families. God bless them.
That National Guard's troops are even on the streets of Washington has been controversial. Earlier this year, Trump ordered the deployment to stop what he called a major crime wave, a description many residents considered offensive and intrusive. But apart from verbal confrontations outside the main train station, the troops' presence has grown to about 2,200 from several states. So far, only the alleged shooter is under arrest.
Since this is an assault on a federal law enforcement officer, this will be treated at the federal level as an assault on a federal law enforcement officer.
The first question for investigators as they look into Wednesday afternoon's shooting at a metro station in Washington: why did it happen? Why an ambush? Was anyone helping the suspect? These are all questions that they will have to work through on a long holiday weekend and perhaps for weeks afterwards. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.
The death toll in a fire that engulfed several high-rise apartment buildings in Hong Kong has raised to at least 36, authorities say, with more than 275 others still unaccounted for. Al Jazeera Laura Westbrook reports.
What began as repairs quickly spiraled into tragedy in one of the world's most densely populated cities. Flames erupted mid-afternoon at Wong Fuk Court, a housing complex in the northern district of Tai Po in Hong Kong. Bamboo scaffolding and protective netting caught fire, spreading rapidly to engulf a complex of high-rise towers. Residents described loud crackling from burning bamboo and collapsing scaffolding, thick smoke pouring from windows and flaming debris raining down. By nightfall, authorities escalated the response to a level 5 alarm fire, the highest severity level under Hong Kong's emergency system. Temperatures so hot, firefighters were unable to enter buildings.
The fire is spreading quickly to nearby buildings, and we receive numerous assistance calls from the public, and also debris and scaffolding of the affected buildings are falling down, so pose additional danger to our frontline personnel.
The inferno consumed multiple towers in the complex, home to nearly 2,000 apartments and more than 4,000 residents. The crisis sparking mass evacuations and desperate rescue efforts.
The blaze behind me is a level 5 fire. That is the highest level alert. I can smell smoke in the air, and occasionally there are bangs as debris falls to the ground. Now, the buildings behind me were undergoing renovation, and videos taken by eyewitnesses showed the fire spreading across the bamboo scaffolding and green mesh covering the high-rise buildings.
Hours after the fire began, reports emerged that people remained trapped inside smoke-filled apartments. Family members outside saying they'd been unable to contact relatives. Hundreds of first responders dispatched to the scene, but people watching their homes burn left with little room for hope.
Look, all the apartments are just burning.
I do not know what to do. I hope the government can help us to settle down after this. One neighbor said he still could not find his wife. I know someone who has young children and elderly in their family. I called him and he said he was still trapped inside the building.
As night fell, nearby buildings were evacuated and temporary shelters opened for hundreds of displaced residents. Authorities closed major roads and issued warnings to nearby communities to stay indoors, close windows and avoid the area. Authorities are beginning the difficult task of determining what caused one of Hong Kong's worst residential fires in years. The human impact, however, is already painfully clear. Laura Westbrook, Al Jazeera, Tai Po District, Hong Kong.
Thanks, Dominique. This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's it to be 2 headline news for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other.